Second part. Squid Game. They do the same and form their own team. Jung is aware of the upcoming game, not including Say Lady, Biaok's friend in his team. He forms his team consisting of only men. Sang-woo also builds his team because he needs a player, so Say Lady Biaok's friend joins him. This game was really tug of war. This means that the team in front of them has to be brought down. The game begins, the team of battle easily wins the game. Now it was the turn of Sang-woo's team. Player number 1, the old man says, I have played many tug of war in my life. So he guides them how to win this game. They have somehow won the game. After 30 minutes the lights are turned off. At this, Sang-woo tells them to get ready. They decide that they will guard one by one. Jung's team had intelligent players, so Jung was afraid that his team would cut him. Now the doctors and guards were pulled out of the dead bodies. Guard numbers 28 and 29 will go for the delivery of these organs. They talk of a dead body with one kidney and call it a zombie. Guard number 29 was none other than the officer, who has to deliver the organs. He dresses up as a guard and suspects that they are discussing my brother, because he also has a kidney. Then the numbers 28 and 29 move on to deliver the organs. On the way, the officer notices a bomb in the tunnel. Number 28 tells him that when we go out this place will explode. The officer tries to get more information from number 28. Number 28 suspects him. He asks the officer to show his face. Showing his face, the officer points to the gun at number 29. The officer asks him about a man with one kidney. Who is that you call zombie? Number 28 says she was a girl and says that he can go to the leader's room and get all the information. There has everyone data. After knowing this, the officer eliminates the number 28. On the other hand, the doctor asks the guard about the next game. But this time, even the guards don't know about the next game. The doctor gets furious. He fights holding the guard, and after eliminating the guard the doctor runs away. A guard also follows him and reaches the playground. The guard was about to kill the doctor, trapping him. The leader comes and eliminates him afterwards. He also eliminates the doctor. On the way, he also finds a dead body of number 28. He knows there is someone at the facility. The officer reaches the leader's room. During checking, he reached a room where everyone had a record. The officer checks and finds the records of the winners. His brother's name meant he was the winner. The players were taken for the fourth game. They were asked to choose their partner. Players do the same and choose their teammates. Say Biaok's female friend also tries to find her mate. No one was ready to be his partner. After that, 10 marbles were given to each player. The game is that the player has to collect all the marbles from his partner. Without forcing him, the other person who does not have marbles will be eliminated. Sang-woo and Sung's friend play an even and odd game. They have to guess the number of marbles in the hand of the other person. Sung's friend wins all of Sang-woo's marbles. As a result, Sang-woo has only one marble left in the final round. Sang-woo knows that now his life will end. He traps Sung's friend and assures him that, if someone among us loses, their match will be reorganized. While cheating, Sang-woo replaces Sung's friend's marbles. Sang-woo takes the marbles and gives it to the guard. He leaves from there. Sung's friend checks the marbles, but there were stones. Player number 1's condition was worse. That's why he was running here and there. Sung prepares him to play and they play even and odd games. The old man wins all Sung's marbles. But in the last round the old man forgets what he has chosen. Sung traps her and takes her marbles. But the old man was clever. He placed a marble. He wanders off again, with Sung again requesting to play another game with him. The old man says, I know that you have taken all the marbles from me by cheating. He says, I knew everything but I was acting like a fool. Hearing this, Sunog took pity on him and gave all the marbles to him. Say Biaok and his female friends were also playing the game. Their game is, the one who throws stone near the wall will win. First, Say Biaok throws his marbles. When it was Say Biaok's friend's turn, she threw all her marbles. Seeing this, Say Biaok asks her friend to throw it again. Her friend says, no Say Biaok, I am alone, there is no one behind me. But if something bad happens to you, it won't be good. Your big brother is waiting for you. Say Biaok's friend was finished. From there their bodies were taken. They return to the rooms. Jung notices that Se-byak's friend is still alive. She was sitting calmly. It is shown here that Se-byak's friend was also Jung's friend. There was a reason for their conflict. Jung's friend threatened him. Later, the frontman finds the officer's identity card near a dead body. Then the frontman learns that his VIPs have arrived. The frontman proceeds to receive them. All the VIPs are taken to the rooms and the frontman later tells about the arrival of another VIP man. He was the main person whom we will learn about later. The next day, all of them were brought in for the 5th game. There were numbers from 1 to 16. Players would take their numbers, that is, it would be their turn according to their numbers. The first and last numbers are left in the last. This means 1 and 16, Sung gets confused which number to choose. If he chooses the first option, he will be trapped because he is unfamiliar with the game. If he chooses the last digit, it is likely that it will not be his turn. Meanwhile, due to paucity of time, a man comes and tells Sung that I want the first number. Because I've never been number 1 in my life. He was taken to a gaming room. The rule of the game is that they have to cross the bridge in the given time. There were 2 glasses in the middle of the bridge. One was simple glass but the other was tempered glass. Ordinary glass will break when they step on it, they will fall down. The game then begins, and they end one by one. The battle was in front of everyone and was not progressing. They have only one way, to move forward or die here. Jung's friend comes who was threatening her. She says, I told you when you cheated on me that I will finish you. She catches Jung and jumps because of it. They both perish. There was a man who worked in a glass company. He knew which tempered glass was. When the frontman comes to know about this, he turns off the lights. So they will not be able to recognize the mirror. They don't have time for the last move, so Sang-woo pushes the man. Sang-woo, Sung and Se-byak have crossed the bridge. But he got injured when the glass broke. Se-byak was also hurt. On the other hand, the officer has finished the servant and has taken his place. A VIP suspects the officer. He asks her to remove the mask. Okay, the officer says, but I'll take off my mask before going inside. Then the officers go inside with the VIP. Going inside, the officer knocks the VIP unconscious and the frontman finds out. The frontman follows him and sees the officer. The officer runs away and ends up on an island. The frontman also reaches after chasing him. The officer tries to call his superiors. But the call gets cut. The officer sends him all the evidence but there was no network. The frontman captures the officer and asks him to accompany him. But the officer opened fire on the frontman. When the frontman takes off his mask, the officer learns that it is none other than his brother. The officer's brother means that the person in front shoots him. He falls in the water. Se-byak was injured after being hit by glass. She was bleeding. The survivors were then taken to dinner. A knife was also kept with them, which means that one of them will kill someone in the night. Sung notices that Se-byak is in a bad shape. He tells Se-byak not to worry, we are together and will defeat Sang-woo, then we will leave and split the money. Se-byak tells him that, I have an older brother whom I have abandoned in an orphanage. If one of us goes out, he should take care of both the families. Se-byak was in bad shape and needed a doctor. Sung goes to ask for help but when he returns, Sang-woo has finished Se-byak. The next day, he is taken for the last game. The rule of the game was simple, die to die. This game was named Squid Game. The game starts and there is a huge fight between them. Eventually Sang-woo's condition worsens. Sung says I want to stop this game. Sung asks Sang-woo to come with him. Sang-woo kills himself and as a result Sung wins the game. The frontman tells Sung that you played well but I didn't expect it. Then Sung was dropped at his home. He has an ATM card. When he checks it, he sees that all his money has been transferred. Sung moves into his house, but his mother dies before he can come. A year later this scene is shown. Sung was in the worst condition and used to take drugs. He hasn't used the money yet. A woman who was selling flowers comes to Sung and gives him the same card with an address written on it. Sung goes to that address. There he learns that all this has been done by the old man. He is still alive, and the old man tells Sung that he is tired of his life. I made these games with my clients, so I'll have fun watching people die. But we didn't force anyone to do so. I participated in sports because playing is more enjoyable than watching. He says the money you have is mine. Saying this, the old man dies. Sung then goes to Se-byok's older brother. He leaves her with Sang-woo's mother and asks her to take care of this child. He also gives her a bag full of money. Sung heads to the station and meets the same unknown man he had met at the beginning of the film. Sung follows him, but he manages to escape. Then Sung calls the card number. He asks, "Who are you and why are you doing this to people? Why are you manipulating other people's lives?" But the response was, "Sung, get on the plane if you want to survive."